What if the most famous lost city in history was never just a myth? For thousands of years, people have searched for Atlantis, a powerful civilization said to have vanished beneath the sea in a single night. Some believe it was real, some believe it was only a story, and others believe Atlantis was a warning hidden inside an ancient legend. Today, Chrono follows the clues behind one of the greatest mysteries in history. Did Atlantis really exist? Or was the truth even stranger than the myth? The story of Atlantis begins more than 2,000 years ago with the Greek philosopher Plato. Plato described Atlantis as a mighty island civilization beyond the Pillars of Hercules, a place many people connect with the area near the Strait of Gibraltar. According to the story, Atlantis was rich, powerful, and far more advanced than the kingdoms around it. Its capital was built in circular rings of land and water. Its temples were covered with precious metals. Its people had ships, armies, wealth, and influence. From the outside, Atlantis looked unstoppable. But inside the legend, there was a warning. Plato said the people of Atlantis became greedy, they became proud, they wanted more power, they tried to conquer other lands. And then, in a single day and night of disaster, Atlantis was destroyed. Earthquakes shook the island, floods swallowed the land, and the great city disappeared beneath the sea. Chrono stands at the edge of the ocean, holding his magnifying glass toward the waves. If this was only a story, why has it survived for so long? Why do people still search for Atlantis today? The first possibility is simple. Atlantis may have been a moral story. Plato may have created it to warn people that even the strongest civilization can fall when pride becomes greater than wisdom. In this version, Atlantis was never meant to be a real place. It was a symbol, a warning about greed, power, corruption, and the danger of believing that any empire is too strong to collapse. But Chrono knows that many myths begin with a piece of truth, so he follows another clue. What if Atlantis was based on a real disaster? Across the ancient world, there were cities destroyed by earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, and rising seas. Some researchers have connected Atlantis to the eruption of Thera near the island of Santorini. That eruption was one of the most powerful volcanic disasters in ancient history. It may have damaged the Minoan civilization, created massive waves, and left a memory of a rich island culture destroyed by nature. Chrono watches a glowing island city tremble as smoke rises from a distant volcano. Could this be the real memory behind Atlantis? A powerful island civilization, a sudden natural disaster, a story passed down for generations, then changed, expanded, and transformed into legend. But Santorini is not the only theory. Some people have searched for Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean. Others have looked near Spain. Some have pointed to North Africa. Others believe it may have been inspired by sunken coastal cities that disappeared beneath the water long ago. Chrono studies an old map covered with red lines and question marks. Every location has clues, but every location also has problems. No one has found a perfect match. No golden city, no giant ring-shaped capital, no clear proof that Plato's Atlantis existed exactly as he described it. And this is where the mystery becomes deeper. Maybe Atlantis was not one place. Maybe it was a combination of memories, a lost island, a destroyed city, a volcanic eruption, a flood legend, a warning about power, all folded together into one unforgettable story. Chrono dives beneath the sea. In the dark blue water, broken columns appear. Stone arches rise from the sand. Light shines through a forgotten gateway. For a moment, it feels like Atlantis is real. But then, Chrono raises his magnifying glass. The truth is not that simple. There are real sunken ruins around the world. There are real ancient cities lost to water. There are real disasters that destroyed powerful cultures. But Atlantis, as Plato described it, remains unproven. That does not make the story meaningless. In fact, it may make it even more powerful. Because Atlantis is not only a mystery about a lost city, it is a question about civilization itself. How does a great society fall? What happens when wealth becomes arrogance? What happens when power becomes hunger? What happens when people forget balance? Chrono stands inside an underwater air bubble, looking at a glowing temple in the distance. The city may be myth, but the warning feels real. The Maya cities fell silent. The Aztec Empire collapsed. Rome burned. Pompeii was buried. And Atlantis, real or not, reminds us of the same lesson. No civilization is untouchable. No empire lasts forever. And sometimes, the greatest ruins are not buried under stone, but high. As the sun sets over the ocean, Chrono finds one last ancient symbol buried in the sand. It does not solve the mystery, it opens another one. Atlantis may have been a real lost city, a memory of disaster, or a warning created by Plato. But one truth remains: no civilization is untouchable. Power can rise, cities can shine, empires can believe they will last forever, and still, they can vanish. Now the question belongs to you. Do you believe Atlantis was real? Was it hidden near Santorini, in the Atlantic Ocean, near Spain, or somewhere no one has searched yet? Tell us your theory in the comments. If this mystery made you think, leave a like. And subscribe to History Unfolded to follow Chrono into the next ancient mystery. Because every lost city has a secret, and every mystery is waiting to be unfolded.